Hello and welcome. If this is your first time here, I'm Garth Allen. This is Racing News Now, and we are here for another episode of your next favorite driver. Today, we've got Mr. Dean Thompson on with us. How's it going today, man?
Doing well. How are you?
Good. So, on this show, we like to dive in and get to know you on more of a personal level, both on and off the track. So, let's start with the on track stuff, and we'll start from the very beginning here. What got you started in racing?
Yeah, when I was about 4 years old, I was sitting on the couch with my dad every Sunday watching NASCAR. And, when I turned 5, he asked me what I wanted to do, like what sport I wanted to do. And he said the neighborhood boys are going to be doing a T-ball team. He said, "Do you want to do the T-ball team with the boys?" And I said, "Not really." And then he goes, "You want to do soccer with the boys?" I said, "No." And he went through this list of just different sports my kids play.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, "We gotta play a sport. Like, what do we want to play?" I said, "I want to do racing. I want to do NASCAR. I want to do what's on TV."
Yeah.
And so he's scratching his head. He's like, how the heck do I get a 5-year-old drive a race car?
Yeah.
So he went and looked into it, and he found quarter midgets out in the Pomona Fairgrounds, and we went out there, raced quarter midgets, and we moved to the Orange Show Speedway, and we raced quarter midgets till I was 9. Raced with a bunch of like stars in the top level, like Cole Custer, Harrison Burton, Sheldon Creed, Bowman, just racing with them, getting around them. And when I got to 9 years old, we were at the point where we were traveling the country almost every weekend, winning races, just constantly racing nonstop. And I was doing really well. But as a 9-year-old, it takes a toll on you, when you're traveling the country just about every weekend, and 9-year-olds are supposed to be outside playing with their friends,
Yeah.
So I went to my dad and I was like, I'm tired. I'm like tired. This is a lot. And so we took a break. Like when I was 9 years old, we took a break from racing, and we tried some other sports. Didn't really find any passion for any other sports until I found hockey. And then when I found hockey, that was just like it clicked. I loved it. The minute I started getting on the ice, it was amazing. I loved it. It was a super nice flow of like what I enjoy doing, just the dynamics of it. It's hard to explain, but I just was so intrigued by hockey, not like any other sport. And so I went to my first tryouts and and we had no goalie. And I was like, "Why do we not have a goalie?" And they're like, "Oh, no one wants to be it." And I was like, "I'll be a goalie. Why not?"
Yeah.
So I hopped in net and I started playing goalie for about from 7th grade to 10th grade, so sophomore. And then sophomore year, I stopped playing hockey because Cole Custer invited me and my dad to Fontana, because I was living in California at the time. Invited me to Fontana. I looked at my dad after the race was over, and I was like, I have to come back. I fell back in love with it. It just clicked like hockey did.
Yeah.
And I dropped hockey, went racing out in Irwindale with High Point, raced with them since last year, and it's just been a dream. I have nothing bad to say about my career. A lot of people are worried about that I took a break from 9 to 16, but the minute I hopped in that High Point car, it just came back to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't change it. People are like, "Do you regret quitting? Do you regret that?" And I was like, "No." I made so many friends along the way, and I'm really happy that I took a break and found hockey. And now I'm a religious Ducks fan, which I get a lot of slack for, and starting to get into NFL and football, and but yeah, I'm a religious hockey guy. I'm a religious NASCAR, and it's just basically my dad. My dad was in love with it. My grandpa was in love with it, and did it with them for my whole life. So
Right. So that race that Cole invited you out to at Fontana, was that the one that he won with Thompson Pipe Group on the car?
No.
No?
So that was the year before.
Okay.
So it was Haas on it, and it had a little Thompson type roof sticker right below the
Okay.
Haas on the hood. And I can't remember how he did. I think he did pretty well, but I don't think he didn't win.
Mm-hmm.
But that's when I got hooked. Then the next year came, and my dad sponsored him again. And I was in Kern County in a late model race.
Okay.
And he was in Auto Club, and I was watching right there, right before I was
Yeah.
about to qualify, and him and Rowdy are getting together, and
Yeah.
he finally wins, and all the crew guys are going crazy because he raced for the same late model team that I raced for.
Okay.
So it was super cool to see him finally break through and beat Rowdy, and that was like
Yeah.
that was like the moment that everyone knew Cole Custer was on the map, you know,
Right.
which is pretty cool because me and my dad are super close with Cole and his dad, so
Mhm.
it's just a big full circle of quarter midget racing together, and now he finally breaks through a beats Rowdy with our sponsor on there. It was pretty cool. I damn near won that Kern race, but it would have been cool to get 2 Thompson wins that night, but
Yeah.
can't complain about getting one. It was pretty cool to watch that. I wish I could have been there, but there was a lot of like Thompson guys that like Thompson bike group guys that were there, and no, but yeah, the one I went to was the year before that. So
Okay. Well, and I think I've told you this before. I've got the race win diecast of that.
Really?
Oh yeah, over here in a case right off camera over here. So yeah, I'll have to show you that after we get done here. How close were you to pursuing hockey instead of racing? If Cole hadn't invited you out to that race, would you have stuck with hockey?
So that's a good question. What happened was I was still into hockey and I was still into racing, right?
Mhm.
And I was in love with both. I was really conflicted. This was before I quit hockey. Was when I went to Cole's race.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I believe that God brings a lot of signs into your life to push you in the right direction. And I went to Cole's race, and then I had the semifinals game the day after. Well, so go to the semifinals game, and I'm in net. That whole season, there was 3 goalies,
Mm-hmm.
and we were rotating through goalies. One goalie would be in net, one would dress and be on the bench, one would just be watching. You had to come if you were watching, right?
Mm-hmm.
Semifinal game, I was in net. We're playing the number 1 seed, we're number 4, and it was probably one of the greatest games I've ever played as a goalie. We shut them out 2-0. I think I got like 40 saves, which was pretty nuts for at least me. And so we shut them out, and I go to the coaches, and I'm like, do I get to play the championship round? Like, I gotta play, and there's no way. And the coaches were like, we got to keep the rotation going. And I was like, are you serious? I mean, I've been stout in net this entire season. I just shut out the number 1 team, and you wouldn't play arguably your best goalie. I feel like I had the best chemistry in the team. And they said, no, we got to do the rotation. We got to keep doing the rotation. So I looked at them in the eye, and I said, if you don't play me for the championship round, and you guys lose, I will never play for you guys again. Never. And he looked at me and he shook my hand and said, deal. Deal. Right? Get to the championship round. I'm sitting there up in the grandstands watching the game going, and they put the freshman goalie in. Good kid. Really good goalie. I'm watching, and he gets scored on 5 times. Switch him out, put the backup in. The new senior, and this is his first year playing goalie. He gets scored on twice. So we finished 7-2, I think it was, in the final round. And then in the championship round, we lose.
Yeah.
Walked down in there, coaches walking off the ice, shook them hands, and that was it. That was when I stopped playing hockey. So.
Okay. So I guess it was all racing after that point then.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, if I would have played that championship round, we would have won. Who knows where it would have been? Maybe I would have done hockey part-time and racing part-time, but I feel like ultimately I would have landed on I want to do racing. But I feel like that was a big sign that this is my career path. This is where I need to go.
Right.
So
moving forward now to more recent history.
Mhm.
What was it, about a month ago or so now, you announced that you'll be full-time with Nice Motorsports in the Truck
Yeah.
Series next season. What's the story behind getting hooked up with Nice Motorsports?
Yeah. So I got randomly dragged into this Snapchat group chat, which is pretty funny.
Yeah.
I knew someone on Instagram, and he dragged me into this group chat, and bunch of racing guys in there, and Carson is in there, and this is just when his first season. He
Mhm.
just finished Phoenix, and now he's signed full time for Nice. Well, the year before this one, I was out in the East looking for teams, talking to people. Ultimately decided let's do West. Let's do West one more year, do ARCA. I hadn't even heard about Nice until cars started racing there, which is funny because most people know Nice from Ross.
Right.
Well, I watching the ARCA season and started watching Carson, and he started, he was a contender week in and week out. So in that group chat, we were talking and we became good friends. And I was out East again, talking to people, looking for teams. And he's like, just give Nice a shot, go talk to him. And I was like, okay, I'll go give Nice a shot. Right. I'm open to talking to people. So we go look at their shop and just immediately fell in love with them. Just the way they operate, the atmosphere in there. I mean, just a vibe when you walked in, you knew you belong.
Yeah.
That's exactly how it was. I walked in and I was like, I belong here. This is where I need to be. This is where I belong. The people here are fantastic, and they really enjoy and love what they do. They take pride in what they do. And we talked to Cody Efa, and he really liked us. We really liked him, and just got connected. And that's how it goes. We wouldn't have done it if I didn't feel like I belonged there. You could just join a race team and not feel comfortable. If you're uncomfortable where you're racing, you're not going to be driving good. But the fact that I walked in there and just set in like you belong, that was a God moment, I think. And
Right.
I think it's going to show this season.
Okay. So let's look back now as you as a fan growing up. Who was your favorite driver growing up?
Jimmy.
Okay.
And so it's people are asking me like, is it a bandwagon? So it's partially bandwagon, partially
Okay.
not. And let me explain.
Mm-hmm.
When I was younger, Jimmy started winning a lot,
Mm-hmm.
right? As I was growing up, racing quarter midget, Jimmy started winning a lot. So I hopped into Jimmy because he was winning a lot. And I'm young, see Jimmy Johnson winning. I want to be like him.
Yeah.
My favorite. But as he started declining, I still stuck with him the entire way through.
Yeah.
So what's kind of a bandwagon, but not really a bandwagon because I stuck with him the whole way through. I really admired how he held himself. He's a true American, and he held himself to the highest standard. He was a badass race car driver, and he's just really, really cool. He's truly an inspiration for me in my career. I look up to him. I looked up to Junior. I just raced with Junior on iRacing, and I was like,
really?
I was like a dream come true. Like
Nice.
I hopped on iRacing at like, what was it, 8 p.m. and just hanging out doing iRacing, and I see filter time car in front of me. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. I keep racing, and I see it's Bill Jr. and I'm like, oh my god, racing with Bill Jr.
Nice.
But
did you beat him?
He was always my dad. No.
Oh, okay.
It was 97 cars. No, 97 or 87 cars at Atlanta.
Wow.
And he just took off. I mean, I was pushing so hard, but you had to save your tires. So my tires popped, and I wrecked, and then his tires popped way later. So, but it was so cool to race with them, and I talked to him a little bit, and it was pretty sweet. But yeah, I mean, it was Jimmy, and my dad was always a Junior fan, so I thought it was pretty cool to see him. So,
okay, nice.
Yeah.
So, what's your favorite track?
See, that's a tough one because I keep racing different tracks and I keep finding new favorite ones.
Yeah.
So my favorite track out west
Mm-hmm.
Was Kern County.
Okay.
I used to love Kern County, and then I went to Phoenix, And I loved Phoenix because it was big. The first big track I went to. And then I went to Kansas, and now I love Kansas. So as of right now, it's Kansas because it's the biggest track I've been to, and it was super cool. And the ARC car just ripping the fence. You know, you had to be like super close to feel the air for the pack, and you're wide open. And it was surreal. It was truly surreal to go do that. So I have to say Kansas. I'm really looking forward to racing Kansas in the truck. So
So, and you're going to have a lot of new tracks that you haven't been to this year in the trucks. Which one are you looking forward to the most?
I'm looking forward to Talladega.
Okay.
However, my mom and my girlfriend are not.
Yeah.
So they're telling me they're scared. They're really nervous for me to race there, but I've been looking forward to Talladega forever. I've always raced there on iRacing, watching them on TV. It's always been my favorite track. Just how big it is. I've never been there, but I cannot.
Didn't we
wait.
do Talladega when you were on the iRacing stream?
Yeah.
I thought so. Yeah.
So
nice.
I'm so looking forward to Talladega. Just the raw speed, you know.
Yeah.
It's super cool. Super cool.
So, what's your most memorable moment in your career thus far?
Yeah. So there's a couple. I would say the first one was when I first swept the night at Irwindale.
Okay.
That was pretty cool. I beat Christian McGee, really talented driver, and swept the night both races, and that was an eye-opening moment for me. You know, it was a confidence moment where I was like, wow, I belong here. I know I can do this, you know?
Yeah.
That was a really big moment for me. Obviously winning the 2020 championship with coming down on the wire of me and Dylan Garner, another talented driver. And then I'd say the Irwindale ARCA race, leading 144 laps. I mean, people say that should probably be my least, but it was my best, you know?
Yeah.
Our car was so hooked up that day. I mean, we went out for the practice for the first time, and we were just on rails. I don't think we made one adjustment. I think we made one adjustment and then took it out.
Yeah.
Because it was so good.
Yeah.
I mean, that car was on rails, but the short run just really killed us there. We talked about it, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was just really tough, but I mean, it was a whole lot of fun. That was the best handling car I've ever had, ever.
Yeah. Well,
So,
and I think that was the race that probably put you on the map too. That was when people looked at you and went, "Yeah, he's got talent." And maybe that's why you ended up getting the truck ride this year. If that race hadn't happened, who knows?
Yeah, I mean that's what that's what Cody was telling me. I mean, he said I watched the race at Irwindale. I'm looking at your racing reference, and they believe in me, and I believe in them. So it was just, again, a really good pairing. I felt like I belonged there, and he felt like I belonged there, which is big too, for them to feel like you belong there, not just you. So that race really did put me on the map. I was surprised at how much coverage that race got, and it was weird because a lot of the West race don't get a lot of coverage, but for some reason that Irwindale race got tons of coverage. I don't know, but I mean I'd agree that race really did put me on the map. So super thankful for it, and I gotta say that wasn't just me. You know, I mean, I do the driving, but it takes a good crew to do that too. And the High Point guys really nailed that car. I mean, that was on rails, absolutely on rails. So when you put a good team and a good car together, it's just magic. Kyle Larson, Hendrick, you know.
Oh yeah.
So whenever people ask me that, I try to emphasize it wasn't just me. It was the crew. It was the guys too at High Point that really put that car together and really put good time and effort. You know.
Yeah.
The Sunrise Ford guys too. So
So let's look down the road now, 30, 40 years down the road when you hang up the helmet. What's your ultimate goal in racing? What do you want to be able to say you've done when you finally retire?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, Daytona 500 Cup Championship, Xfinity Truck Championships, tons of wins, you know. I want to break a record, you know. I want to break some record. Just to have myself on there, Hall of Fame, all the usual stuff. I mean, nothing too whack, but you know, I want to be able to accomplish everything I'm able to accomplish. You know, just everything, dude, everything. Not one. There's not like one thing. I'm like, I want to do that. You know, it's Daytona 500, Southern 500, Cup Championship, Xfinity Championship, all of the above. You know, I want to be like Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah.
So
you just want to do everything.
Yeah, I want to win 7 championships. I want to 8 championships. So
yeah. So I guess along those same lines now, what's at the top of your racing bucket list? Whether that be a track you haven't raced at yet, an event you haven't been to, what's at the top of that bucket list?
So it's kind of funny. I've heard so many things about the infield at Talladega. It's just this crazy thing that everyone talks about, and I want to go so badly.
Okay.
So I'm excited to go for the truck race because it's nice. I'm gonna be able to do the truck race, and I'll hang out in the Talladega infield, hopefully for the Xfinity and Cup race. So that's one thing on my bucket list, and obviously I want to race at Talladega, Daytona.
So that's why you want to race at Talladega. It's not for the racing, it's for the infield.
A little bit of both.
Yeah.
A little bit of both. Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Yeah. So who's the coolest driver or person in general that you've met in the garage so far?
Oh, man, that's a good question. That's a really good question. I haven't met a lot of truck drivers so far. I mean, I had to see my teammate Trevor in ARCA. You know, just a really cool guy. I look at him as a big brother, you know. Just a super down-to-earth, humble guy, and, you know, super talented, unbelievably talented. Yeah, so I'd say him, you know. I mean, I haven't really been able to meet a lot of people in the truck series or the ARCA National series. And I've only done one ARCA National race, one truck race, but even from everybody I have met in the trucks in ARCA National, I'd still say Trevor. I mean, he's a super awesome guy. He's, like I said, he's a big brother to me. Call him, talk to him frequently, even though he's out west. I'm going to be going east now, so he's just a super down to earth, humble guy. He's big brother, like I keep saying, and I hope he gets a shot soon. You know, I've been, So
So, if you weren't racing, what would you be doing?
Hockey.
Okay. I thought you said you were already going to quit hockey, though.
No, I mean, I'd go back. I'd try to go back and do some hockey. But either hockey or I'd be going to college for. I mean, I am going to college, but I'd be more focused on going to college. I don't really know. I mean, that's my plan B is college, is going to college and getting a good education. I'm going to be doing that while I race. Well, let's plan on not having a plan B.
Right. If you could pick any one driver in NASCAR history to 1v1, who would it be and why?
Oh man. Any driver in NASCAR?
Any driver.
Man. Oh, that's a good question. That's a good question. I'd have to say Jimmy.
Okay.
I'd say Jimmy. It's just, like I said, super talented driver, 7-time champion. Like, come on, 7-time champion.
Yeah.
And to be able to drive around him, with him, be able to talk to him, okay, what are you doing here? What are you doing here?
Yeah.
You know, each driver has their own tips and tricks. So I think it'd be really cool to talk to him and learn from him and just learn all about him and his life. And he just did a thing with Graham Bessinger. I don't know how to say his name.
Oh, yeah.
I need to watch that. But probably him. Even though like there's the Richard Petty, Dale Earnhardt Sr.
Yeah.
I'd love to talk and race with them, but I'd have to say Jimmy. To say Jimmy.
Well, and the argument could be made that the Jimmy actually would be a better one than Earnhardt or Petty because he was in a more competitive time period, even though a lot of people discount him because he was in the chase era. the competition level was still the highest it's ever been in NASCAR. So I think,
Right.
I mean, if we're talking greatest of all time, I mean, I think he's right up there with those guys, Chase era or not.
That's controversial. That's a controversial.
Oh, I know it's controversial. I've said it before, though. Yeah.
Oh man. Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I'd say I don't know. I'd probably say a senior. I don't know. I feel like him at his prime was like NASCAR's top. I mean, I wouldn't argue that NASCAR's prime doesn't mean it's the most competitive at its prime, but I don't know. Just that's a controversial opinion.
Oh, it is.
Very.
You're never gonna get everybody to agree on that. That's for sure.
Oh no, no way.
Oh yeah.
Didn't Brad Keselowski do like a thing with NASCAR on Fox and ranked all the drivers?
Oh yeah.
And he put Earnhardt number 9 or something like that. No.
Yeah.
What was it? He put somebody number 9 that was like way out of loop.
Yeah.
I think it was Earnhardt.
I think it was. I think you're right.
Oh man, I want to go through the screen and slap him. Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Who knows? Everybody's entitled to their opinion, right?
Yeah, unless it's wrong. I'm just
now you sound like Charlie. Charlie said those exact words before.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah. All right, so let's look more now at the personal side of Dean Thompson. What's a typical day look like for you outside the track?
Yeah. So I've been recently I've been going to work. I've been going to Tom's Pipe Group, just spending time there, working with the guys. So Monday through Friday, I go there from 8 in the morning till 4 o'clock, and then come home, talk to my girlfriend, do some iRacing with the guys, hang out. I work out about 3 times a week. Yeah, that's really it. You know, just life's gonna dramatically change soon when I move to North Carolina. Like move to North Carolina, it's gonna start being at the shop every day. You know, just hanging with the guys, being there, talking to sponsors, having meetings. But yeah, as for right now, just spending time at the plant, working with them, being around them. Yeah, and just doing iRacing, having fun with the guys, FaceTiming my girlfriend. So
you got any hobbies outside of the track?
Racing takes up a lot of time.
Racing
takes up a lot of time. Maybe when I move to North Carolina, I'll have some hobbies. Racing and work take up a lot of time.
Oh yeah.
So I'd say iRacing, if you call that a hobby.
Yeah.
I do a lot of iRacing. I'm sure a lot of people have seen me on there. I'll do it all the time.
Okay.
And if you see me on there, do not take me seriously. That's a fair warning. Do not take me seriously.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we learned that on the iRacing stream. So, favorite TV show?
I will say, when it needs to be serious, I will be serious.
Yeah.
I just won the Daytona Charity Shootout.
Okay.
With NASCAR Report.
Mm-hmm.
So, when I need to be serious, I will be serious.
Okay. Well, that's good.
What was your question?
Favorite TV show?
Favorite TV show. So, I started watching. I watched The Office about 3 times. So that's my typical answer.
Okay.
But I've started to get really into this show called Meat Eater on Netflix. I'm a big hunter. I love hunting, and oh my gosh, I just love watching that. They go out and hunt. He brings celebrities. Steve, starts with R. I just started watching it. I forget his name, but he goes out and with celebrities sometimes. He goes with baseball players. I'm pretty sure he just brought Luke Combs hunting. He's brought Joe Rogan, baseball players, and just goes and teaches them about hunting. He learns from them. He teaches them, and then after they're done hunting, they cook their meal and just talk about life, and it's super interesting. So that's my favorite show right now. I need to get into Yellowstone. I hear a lot of people love that show, Yellowstone.
That's what
Have
everybody
you
keeps
watched
telling
that?
me, and I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, me neither.
And they're already making a
people are raving
prequel
over it.
for it, so I've got that much more to catch up on now.
See, what's funny about that is I didn't even know making a prequel, but I'm in Texas. I'm in Fort Worth.
Mm-hmm.
So, you ever heard of the Fort Worth Stockyards?
Yeah.
So I was there about a couple months ago, and they were filming, and I think they were filming the prequel of Yellowstone there. It's pretty cool.
Nice.
I need to watch that. I mean, I've heard so much about that show.
Yeah, same. Everybody keeps telling me to watch it, and I just haven't gotten around to it yet.
Yeah,
I've got it all saved on YouTube TV, and I just haven't actually gotten around to it yet.
Yeah, me too. I mean, you let me know when you watch it, and I'll start watching it.
Okay.
How about that?
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
So what is one interesting thing about you that nobody knows?
Good question. What's one interesting thing about me that no one, well, I would say not nobody, but not a lot of people know. I'm really into clothes and fashion. I really like to dress myself well. Like not the Denny Hamlin style where it's like all hype. But I don't know how to explain my style. But I really like dressing in nicer clothes. I mean, as you can see, this is a kind of weird shirt. Yeah. But yeah, my sister really got me into fashion and like dressing nicer, and so I've been I think you call that a hobby of mine, fashion, maybe.
Yeah, I'd call that a hobby.
Yeah, but I really enjoy just going out, getting some newer clothes and styling things a certain way. So yeah, I'd say fashion.
Okay. So we're gonna end off here with a little game of this or that. You ever played this or that before?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll throw out both options here. If you want to explain your answer, you can. If not, we'll move on to the next one.
All right.
First one, cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Okay.
My girlfriend's gonna kill me for that, but dogs.
Dirt track or pavement?
Pavement, because I've never been on a dirt track, but I really need to get on a dirt track and do some laps. So
you haven't even done dirt on iRacing yet?
Oh, I've done dirt on iRacing.
Oh, okay.
But I had this big NASCAR wheel. Doing dirt on a NASCAR wheel is super difficult.
Yeah.
I need to get a smaller wheel.
Yeah. Road course or oval?
Ooh, oval, but a good road course can substitute for a bad oval. I'll say that. Like Sonoma, I love Sonoma. I cannot wait to go there for the trucks. We went there for ARCA. And that was, oh my god, a blast. Such a good track. So yeah, I'd say oval.
Did you like Portland too? Everybody else seems to like Portland.
I wasn't at Portland. I was at
that's right, you were.
I forgot about championship race. Yeah.
Okay.
I should have gone, but I got COVID for the second Irwindale race. It's already out of points. You don't get a shot at a championship very often. So I got the championship. Controversial for a lot of people.
No, I think you made the right choice there. Because, I mean, after missing the second Irwindale, you were out of the championship for ARCA. So, take the one that you had the shot at. Yeah. Exactly. Netflix or YouTube?
YouTube.
Okay.
I watch a lot of YouTube, like Slap Shoes. That's a good NASCAR YouTuber I watch.
Oh, yeah.
What else? I watch a lot of random. I do those YouTube deep dives where it's like you just sit there for like 2 hours and you just go through random videos. I'll be learning how dams work by like 2 a.m. in the morning. Yeah. It's just Netflix. I don't know. I'm not a big TV show kind of guy until I saw Meat Eater, but right now it's YouTube.
Okay. Instagram or Twitter?
Instagram. I'm trying my hardest to get better at Twitter. I really am. But I'm a very ADHD guy. So sitting there and reading a lot is does not work well with my ADHD. I try. I do try. My
Yeah.
girlfriend gets on my butt about it, about using Twitter more often.
Yeah.
But Instagram, because it's pictures. It's just picture,
Right.
you know?
Yeah.
It's like picture books.
Oh yeah. Nice. Football or basketball?
Football.
Okay.
I can't watch basketball.
No?
I can't. I try. You know what? I will watch basketball documentaries because they
Mhm.
are very interesting. Like the Chicago Bulls.
Mhm.
I watched the Dennis Rodman one. I watched the Michael Jordan one.
Okay.
Super interesting. Super interesting. But if you asked me to go to like a Lakers game, I'd be like, oh, I'll go.
You wouldn't even go for free if somebody gave you a free ticket?
Yeah, no, I'll go for free, but I'm not gonna promise you I'll be interested.
Yeah. Okay. Burger or taco?
Burger for
Okay.
sure. I'm from In-N-Out. I'm from California. In-N-Out.
Wouldn't that be an argument for tacos though? Because you're so close to Mexico.
In-N-Out is better than tacos.
Okay. I've never had In-N-Out. I don't think I've ever been far enough west to be somewhere with an In-N-Out. So I need to try it.
Whataburger?
Huh?
Have you had Whataburger?
Oh, I love Whataburger. That's my favorite
Oh,
fast
man.
food burger, hands
Yeah,
down.
you don't even need to try In-N-Out. Forget
No?
about it.
Whataburger's better?
People who like Whataburger
Hmm.
don't like In-N-Out.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Why is that?
People who like In-N-Out aren't very fond of Whataburger. I don't know. I eat Whataburger every now and then.
Hmm.
I'll tell you what. I love their spicy ketchup.
Okay.
Spicy ketchup and fries is to die
Mhm.
for. But their burgers, I can't.
Really?
Whataburger burgers are just not my thing. No.
Maybe, you know what? My thing with Whataburger may be that I just don't get it very often because I think the closest one I've ever seen to me is in like Tulsa. So I don't ever get it unless I'm like down in like Texas or that area, and which is not very often. So it may just be the
Mhm.
fact that I rarely have it is why I like Whataburger. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm an In-N-Out kind of guy.
Okay.
Love In-N-Out.
Okay.
Hmm.
Let's see. Passenger or driver?
Driver.
Yeah.
I did a road trip with my family when we drove from California to Texas to
Mhm.
move everything. And my girlfriend's like, I can drive, I can help you drive. No, I drove the entire way.
Nice.
If I can drive, I will.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't like being passenger.
Yeah. Same.
Keep me out.
Yeah. Car or truck?
Truck.
Yeah.
I
Is that just
When I'm
because
in
you're
a
going to be
car-
driving a truck this year?
when I'm in a car, I feel too low and I don't feel as powerful. In
Yeah.
the truck, you look over everybody, you can observe the area, you can look over cars,
Feel like king of the road.
I like rely on people around me. I don't like to
Yeah.
rely on people around me. I like to control the situation, look all around, look all on
Right.
top. Like my Raptor is lifted just a little bit.
Hmm.
To be able to look over all the cars. When I'm in
Okay.
the car, I feel like I'm racing. You know,
Yeah.
when I got back into racing at 16, I was driving a truck around.
Hmm.
So when my first few races, it actually took me time to adjust to be how low I was.
Hmm.
Seeing cars at the level you're at was really trippy when you start racing from all you've driven as a truck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because my parents have always had, my dad's always had a truck, my mom's always had an SUV.
Hmm.
So it's just higher up cars, right?
Right.
Well, I before I started racing, I never ever was in a smaller, lower car. So just driving that low took time to adjust. But no, I like being on top of everybody and just seeing the entire road and seeing everybody. I don't like being that low.
Yeah. Let's see. What's the next one here? TV show or movie?
Not a big TV show. I'm not a big
Yeah.
movie person, but I'd have to say movie.
Okay.
I have to say movie.
Country or pop?
Country.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love country music. I'm a big Luke Combs fan. Morgan Wallen, Luke Combs. Yeah, I used to be a big rap guy. I still am. I love Kanye.
Okay.
But I'm more country now than I was when I was in California. So
Okay.
country.
Well, then what are your thoughts on like the whole new, what is it, like trap country thing that's going on right now? You know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't like it.
No, yeah, same.
See, I grew up with George Strait and Kenny Chesney.
Yep.
And now I'm a Morgan Wallen and Luke Combs fan. I'm not a fan of Florida Georgia Line or anything like that. Just too pop for me for country.
Yeah.
I still listen to George Strait and Kenny Chesney, but yeah, no, I just like regular, good old fashioned country.
Yeah.
I don't like the outlaw country where it's like super slow, but like Luke Combs, Morgan Wallen are good.
Yeah.
Good country.
I feel like we have a very similar taste in music. I'm the exact same way. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Superman or Batman?
Oh, I'm not a big superhero kind of person.
Yeah.
Superman.
Okay.
I like Superman.
$1 million in your bank account or an IQ over 145?
$1 million in my bank account. Well, what's going to go racing?
Yeah. Okay. There you go. But if you had an IQ over 145, wouldn't that help you make your race car better if you were that smart?
Yeah, I'd say so. It's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either or, there's an argument for either one.
You might be onto something.
Yeah. Be born in the future or the past?
Past.
Yeah.
Past. I would love to live in the 50s. The 50s, for whatever reason, is so intriguing to me. I love how they lived in the 50s. It felt like simpler times in the 50s.
Okay. Or is it because you just want to be like in early NASCAR, back racing with like Lee Petty?
That'd be cool too. That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, it'd be super cool.
Ferrari or Lamborghini?
Ferrari.
Okay.
Ferraris are way cooler.
Yeah.
I'm also a Ferrari fan in F1. So.
Oh, okay. Well, then what'd you think of Sunday's race then?
That was crazy.
Yeah.
That was nuts.
Yep.
Another controversial question. I mean, that ending was nuts.
Oh yeah.
I'm a Max Verstappen fan. I like Max.
Okay.
I like Lewis too, but I'm a big underdog kind of guy, and Mercedes has been killing it lately.
Yeah. So
it was nice to see Max win. But there was kind of some sketchy stuff that was going on towards the end.
Yeah.
But if you really take a look back and look at it, it's not that sketchy, you know?
Yeah.
It was, if Mercedes released their FIA thing that they rebutted what happened, and it sounds like it was within the rules, what they did. Obviously I don't know F1 rules like I do NASCAR rules, but it sounds like it was okay. Sounds like it was all right. But you know how boring it would have been if Max had to drive through one of those cars and Lewis just drove away.
Right. Or if they just ended it under safety car and hadn't even had a race. Yeah.
Right. I'm not saying you should change the race to appeal to fans, but I'm just saying that would have been a boring finish.
Right.
Even if they didn't do that.
Right.
So I'm telling you what, Netflix is going like this right now.
Oh yeah.
Netflix is oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, that was one of the arguments I saw. Everybody was complaining that Netflix is just in control of everything now.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy talk. There's no.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, Netflix probably has the money that they could. I'm not saying they are in control of it, but if they wanted to, they probably could be controlling everything in F1.
They could.
Yeah.
If they bought it.
Well,
I don't think F1 is reliant upon Netflix to gain fans.
Right.
I mean, they are a worldwide motorsport.
Yeah.
You know, they don't need to go hunting for fans like NASCAR does, you know?
Right.
So.
Well, and it seems like they're on the uptick right now, especially in America. It seems like there's more people watching F1 around here now than there ever has been.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. M&Ms or Kit Kats?
M&M's.
Okay. Work at SpaceX or Google?
Google has a really cool office. I saw that office.
Yeah.
Not very good at tech, but I feel like SpaceX would be really cool to know about, like all those plans in the future. You know.
Yeah.
I think SpaceX. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, as many drivers as I have asked that question to on this show, I don't think anybody has ever answered Google. I think it's always been SpaceX.
Google's cool. They have like a really cool office. It has like a slide in it.
Yeah.
But like you're comparing like space to the internet.
Right.
That's how I see it.
Right. No, I completely agree. Honestly, one of the things at the top of my bucket list before I die is I want to go to space. So yeah, SpaceX would be my choice too.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Super cool.
I don't think we're that far from it by the looks of things. So hopefully by the time I die. Yeah. Okay. I think that is the last one. So I think we are good. So Dean, you got any last words you want for anybody or anywhere they can find you online or anything?
Yeah. I got my website coming up soon. It'll be deanthompsonr.com.
Okay.
My Twitter is deanthompsonr. R stands for racing. People don't know. They always ask me. Dean Thompson, DK Thompson on Instagram. Yeah. So
Nice.
Yeah, be aware. Keep your eyes open for some new content coming out. Working on a couple things for social medias. So I'll share that with you guys soon. And yeah, thank you for this.
Nice. Yeah, no problem. It was great having you on here. Great getting to know you a little better. And good luck this year in the trucks. Hopefully we see a lot of success out of you this year.
Yeah, thank you, Garth. This has been fun.